You are listening to Alchemizing Judgment, a guide back to love, written by Abigail Gazda, narrated by Abigail Gazda. Chapter 3. Winning the Game of Life. The core of this book will be broken down into 3 major sections that will teach you how to win the game of life. As you may have been able to discern by now, I am not interested in simply surviving life. I'm invested in each and every human being absolutely thriving in life. What I can deduce from you making it to this page is that you have the same vested interest in this whole living your best life gig. I'm glad we can agree on that, and I am so excited to offer you information that will put you in the fast lane to reaching it. When it comes to thriving, I have identified these 3 elements of life to be of the utmost importance, and I will share with you why prioritizing them will set you up for success. If you are not aware of these aspects, the negative effect can be subtle and slippery. You may just feel in a funk or struggling through a slump you can't seem to get out of. Maybe you have never been able to catch your stride or cross a threshold into true lasting success. Taking responsibility for these 3 areas of life will transform all of that. I will share these aspects as pillars of your highest and best life, and they consist of integrity, alignment, and faith. Becoming 100% responsible for your awareness around these 3 pillars will have your life going smoothly, so that instead of being consumed by your past, judgments, fears, or struggles, you will be free to live a life that leaves a true legacy. I believe that if we are operating with full freedom, power, and self-expression, we would be far more interested in delivering our service to the world as our contribution to the evolution of humanity. Often when I talk about our contribution to humanity, people get a bit skittish about how much they might be expected to contribute. I hear, "I just want a happy family," or "I'm not trying to start some company that changes the world." I get that. That is not what each person is called to do. Keep in mind that living at your healed, highest, and best is your contribution to humanity. To whatever scale we each desire, we can contribute to the collective evolution. We exist to express ourselves creatively and be productive in ways that bring us joy and fulfillment. If everyone on the planet were operating in this fashion, everybody would be fulfilling their unique role and satisfying their own needs and each other's. I will go into much more depth about this concept as we dive deeper into this book. As for this chapter, I want to give you a brief introduction to each pillar. The first pillar is integrity. The definition of integrity that I would like to work with in this book is based in ontology, which is the study of the nature of being. In ontology, who you are being is more important than what you are doing. If you are being resentful while doing a nice thing because you feel obligated, the energy of that action will be resentful and inauthentic. If you are honest with yourself, you can tell when this is the case. And you can pick it up in others as well. Our energy always precedes our words and actions because we are all connected. Our energy is picked up telepathically without formal communication. Therefore, the way you live is always more important than what you do. If you aren't going to do something with integrity, I suggest you wait to do it or don't do it at all. That said, the definition of integrity is doing what you know to do, when you know to do it, the way you know it is meant to be done. Simple, right? We wish. Too often, we procrastinate in getting work done that we know needs to get done. We even procrastinate on things we want to do. Why? Because we are out of integrity and do not know it. When you buy a car, everything is in integrity. It runs how it is supposed to run when it is supposed to run. As the days, weeks, and months go by, there is regular maintenance to keep up with. For example, the tires. As the miles go up, the tires go bald. With each rotation, the tires get more and more out of integrity. As they get thinner, they don't work as well as they used to. They don't do this on purpose. They aren't lazy or entitled tires. They are just doing their job over and over again and wear out naturally. Same with all the other maintenance of the car. By way of being a car, it needs care, attention, and maintenance. I love using this example because when we apply our humanness, we apply judgment. When you are in your life, using your body, mind, and soul, you require care, attention, and maintenance. You have physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual needs that you must tend to and keep up with. Failing to do so results in an inability to perform your duties that you know to do, when you know to do them, the way you know they're meant to be done. It is our lack of self-care that throws our integrity out of whack. If you were well cared for, nourished, hydrated, well-rested, and clear, you would have nothing left to do than strive for excellence in everything that you do. If you were healthy, wealthy, and at peace, of course you would be operating at peak performance. If you were fully in love with yourself, you would be treating your mind, body, and soul like that shiny brand new car and taking great care of it to keep it running smoothly. The same goes for your life. If you stay in integrity, you will discover that so many elements of your life will run smoothly and successfully. If you were operating with integrity constantly, an unexpected breakdown would be nothing more than a chance to get back into integrity. If integrity were your priority, anything to distract you from it would seem small and insignificant. This pillar isn't magic, it's integrity. The next pillar is alignment. I love this pillar. It has a bit more magic to it. Alignment is the second pillar because it sits at the corner where integrity and faith meet. Alignment is the combination of clarity and energy. When I work with a client and they are empowered to become their highest and best self, alignment becomes a non-negotiable factor. Once we have worked through self-discovery and shift into self-development, I often have them write a 1, 3, 5, 10, and 20-year plan. This is important because once you are ready to step up as the creator of your life experience, you have to get really clear about what it is you are creating. Listen, love, vague goals equal vague results. If you are unclear or half clear about what you want, you will get little or half of what you are hoping for. When you discover exactly how powerful you are, you will learn to speak up when putting your order in with the universe. God can't wait to give you all that you are asking for, but you are going to have to come from the soul and say it with your heart when you start making declarations. Alignment is a crucial pillar because we are constantly uncovering more of our fullest lives every day. We are faced with literally thousands of decisions daily, and what we choose has an impact on the direction and trajectory of our lives. Because of this, we will be faced with countless choices to make, and we must be clear and aligned to go after what we desire. Endless streams of options, invitations, and temptations will come to us daily. Being in alignment with our vision affords us the fortitude to choose only what is in service of our highest good. This also gives us the power and peace to pass on tempting opportunities to get off track and out of integrity. Being in alignment helps judgment roll right off your back when someone or your inner critic begins to chatter with doubt, rejection, or criticism about your choices. No one knows your fullest vision but you. Sometimes not even you have the fullest vision. God, your guardian angels, ancestors, and spirit guides can see much further down the path than you can. When you get distracted by self-judgment for not being where you expect to be in life, that is the perfect time to rely on the alignment you have with your higher power. This is exactly where the third pillar, faith, comes into play. Practicing faith in the unseen, unheard, and unknown will propel you into abundance you could not possibly imagine. In my own times of judgment or weakness, I hear God's whisper, "Not a moment sooner, child. If only you knew the things I have planned for you." In these moments, I wipe my tears and pray for faith to help me get back into alignment and integrity. Faith is a pillar that is usually the weakest when I first meet clients because their earth experience and religion has tainted their connection with the divine. When I say weakest, I mean crumbling like a cookie. I will support you strengthening this pillar in a way that increases your faith in the greatness of God. When you heal and recreate this relationship, it will recreate your life. I will openly share with you that judgment could have easily stopped me from writing this section or even this book. My concern of catering to everyone's belief systems has me second-guessing my use of God's name. I could have given in, watered it down, and rewritten it for fear of saying something incorrect or losing you to the, I'm not with the whole God thing. Trust me, I wrote all about quitting religion in my first book. It took me 2 to 3 decades to recreate my relationship with God. I request you give me 2 to 3 chapters in the faith pillar to help you make that shift too. As you may be able to tell, the faith I am referring to as a pillar is not about attending church or making weekly donations. The God I am referring to isn't some white-haired man in the sky keeping score of your sins for when you arrive to your judgment day. This is about the deepest level of connection with the God source energy within you that guides you to live in the purest love this universe has to offer. Finding your faith is about tapping into that wellspring of abundance that fuels your life to the fullest. Beyond your own life, this is about bringing the presence of God into the lives of others and walking them home. When these 3 pillars are strong for you, every interaction will be a holy interaction. You will transcend judgment as you come to understand that every single thing is an expression of the universe experiencing itself. Ultimately, this is a training manual for compassion. It is simultaneously a challenge and invitation to connect to everything and every being as an extension of you. Let that excite you as you imagine how playful life can be. When you are operating in integrity, alignment, and faith, you will experience all the room in the world to dance, play, create, explore, expand, and enjoy. You will be a light for others and rewarded handsomely. You will be fulfilled and hilariously joyful. I want that for you. And my guess is you want that too. It is very possible, and I will teach you exactly how to win this game we call life. Thank you for listening to this reading of Alchemizing Judgment. If you enjoyed this reading, please like this video and comment a review below. I also invite you to subscribe to my channel, Abigail Rose Gazda. To read and listen to more of my books, visit abigailgazda.com/books. Thanks for tuning in.